it's an economy that's turning up at all. And the person who can actually give that to us best is a man who is, of course, heading a commercial vehicles major. Today, of course, the reason for our calling him is because he's quite clearly the shining star of Chennai. Vinod Dasari of Ashok Leyland is joining us. Morning, Mr. Dasari. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Well, let me start with this theme itself, the turning of the economy. You've seen other cycles, previous cycles in the commercial vehicle space. Does it give you a sense that we are into something and that this cycle looks safe for another 3 years?
I think the cycle has started. Normally the cycle comes back very fast, but this time it's a steady growth. We've seen cycles where it goes up 40-50%. This time the market is up about 20%. We are up about 45-50%. But if you look at the previous high of commercial vehicles, which was about 3 years ago, was 350,000 in a year. And even at this year's growth, we are somewhere going to be only about 260,000. So there's still a lot of upside potential. So we don't want everything to come immediately. We would rather have it grow for the next 3 to 4 years, and I think that's what we are expecting.
No, of course, that's always a safer start. But is it at least one way up? Is it, 1 quarter up, 1 quarter down, 1 month up, 1 month down? Or is it at least a steady, dependable pace?
I think it is a steady, dependable pace. That's probably the right way to describe it. It's month to month, there might be slight volatility based on which industry, which segment of the trucking industry is taking off. But overall, it's been about a 15 to 20% growth. I hope that the industry can sustain like that for the rest of the year.
Yesterday, this was a CNBC TV exclusive, the Goa Chief Minister spoke to us on the occasion that mining started in Goa or restarted. Are you getting that sense of that sector itself now beginning to see some activity?
Very little, very little. Mining has some impact on trucking industry, but a lot of the Goa mine product actually goes out onto ships and or either comes into the hinterland using trains.
What I meant was restart of mines even in, say, Karnataka, because mining took such a huge beating in 13 and 14.
I think starting from Goa, then Karnataka with the iron ore, that really helps the trucking industry, and a lot of coal has started to happen.
Okay. All right, coal is big business.
Yes.
Sonia, I'm sure you're aching to ask her. She's really regretting that she's not here and I'm here instead of her.
Okay.
Sonia.
No, I wish both of us were there at the same time chatting with him, but be that as it may. Vinod, hi, good morning. Good to see you in. Well, we always... Yes, you were saying?
No. I said we should come to Chennai. It's a very nice place.
Yes, I will, of course, at some point. But, we always associate Ashok Leyland with the Chennai market. But now you guys are expanding your dealership footprint into several other non-South markets as well. And non-South forms 50% of your sales. Can you throw some more color on what's happening? Which are the non-South markets which are picking up, especially, markets like Maharashtra, etc., where you guys have expanded your dealership footprint?
We're doing quite well. In fact, much of the growth that we see in the last 2 to 3 years is coming from the non-South area. This year the South has also bounced back, so we're getting a double benefit. During the downturn, Sonia, one of the things that we did is we expanded our network significantly outside the South area and outside India also. Today we have a much larger network. Previously we used to have 60% of our dealerships in the South. Today we probably have 70% of our outlets outside the South. We're growing in all parts of the country. That's the good part. Because of the base effect, maybe East looks like the best growth, and we are where we used to be 5 or 6% market share, we are at nearly 20%. We're growing in North. We're doing very well in West also. As you pointed out, Sonia, in Maharashtra we're doing very well. Thanks not just to our network, but some of the very good products that we launched recently.
So in terms of, market share, this has been one of the best performances that you've seen in the year gone by. By the end of FY15, your MHCV truck market share has gone up to more than 27%. Because of expansion of dealership footprint and in various other markets picking up, do you think by the end of FY16 we could see a further improvement in market share, or has it plateaued around these levels?
Well, I'm not going to target a particular market share. I think our focus has always been that we should try and make sure that the customer is profitable and the channel is profitable. If we keep our focus on that, let the market do what it does. I will not chase a market share because we don't have the deep pockets like some of my competitors do. So if I chase a market share, then I'll be playing the discounting game, which I don't want to do.
Yes, you are getting some deep-pocketed competition. Michelin, Benz, Force Motors. Will that all make put any pressure on margins?
No, I think sometimes, as they say, Lata, the downturn is a good thing. So we use the downturn to completely transform our company. And as I was telling Sonia in one other interview that when she asked me when the market is going to go up, we don't know. But all we know is that we've made the company strong enough so that even at lower levels, much lower levels than we are today, we can make money. So if the markets do come back up, we will make a lot more money. But we don't want to just play the discounting game and go after the market share. Even if our competition does that, I think if we have a focus on making sure that the customer is profitable and also help the dealer to be profitable, then obviously the company will be profitable. But it's a three-legged stool and you have to focus on all aspects.
Yeah, tough times certainly make you capable of handling the good times much better. But you're also getting some advantages in terms of very steep raw material falls. So should we expect that FY16 will be noteworthy for its margins? How much can it go to?
I think FY16 hopefully should again be a double-digit margin year. We have not yet seen the impact of the raw material changes.
Really?
Yeah, it has not yet translated into it. We're still in negotiations with some of the large commodity suppliers to us. While the big market or commodity exchanges have started to show, it has not really translated into actual cost reduction yet.
But these are yearly contracts, annual contracts that you entered into?
They are half-yearly contracts. Okay. So we are in the process of negotiation. Some have happened, but not to the degree that I'd like them to.
So the renegotiation should certainly put you in a better position.
I hope so.
In terms of the second half of.
I hope so. I think the fact that we are doing better on volumes and the fact that the commodities itself are falling should put us in a better shape.
Okay. So what does this and the next year look like in terms of top line and in terms of bottom line?
Well, given that our results
on both sides, you all are seeing some positive signs. Definitely.
I think I'm seeing some upside in the volumes if the markets continue to do like that, and hopefully we will be able to sustain our market share. With that, we should get a nice boost in our volumes. And if the commodities do fall, sometimes it's difficult because
even if they don't fall further, they're already at abysmal levels.
Well, they are,
but some of the iron and steel companies are not going to forgive you.
Well, maybe another chat someday as to why they don't translate into real costs, even saving sometimes because of the large size of some of these companies. But I do hope that we'll be able to negotiate better contracts and translate them into better margins this year.
Okay. Finally, do you really need to invest more now? Or do you think you have enough capacity to service for another maybe couple of years?
I think I have enough capacity to supply at least another 3 to 5 years. We will be investing in 2 areas. One will be product development. Of course, we are a product company. But it will be nowhere near the levels that we used to spend. The other thing that we will be doing is investing in small assembly plants in different parts of the world where we are expanding to.
Okay, so that clearly means a lot of operational leverage because you're going to use what you already have. Sonia?
Well, you know, Vinod, I just wanted to ask you about this whole new opportunity that's opening up in terms of the defense sector, because that seems to be the buzzword or the sunrise sector now. And work has been picking up for you guys as well. As you mentioned in the last conference call, you used to be only into 4x4 product movement, and now you're getting into, you know, bigger work. But can you just give us some more details? Are there any foreign defense companies that have given you orders? And what could the order flow or stream of revenues look like just from this vertical over the next 3 to 4 years?
We have, as I mentioned in the CNBC interview, we used to only make 4x4 logistics vehicle, which was moving people, but we said we will be the mobility arm of the armed forces. So we will move anything, whether it's people, equipment, ammunition or guns or even missiles. So we have extended the range all the way from a very small vehicle where we have a partnership with Lockheed Martin to very, very large vehicles where we have equipment sitting on it, from Nexter to Thales to Saab. We've got lots of partnerships that we're working on. We've also got into mine-protected vehicles and armor-protected vehicles. We're also doing some repowering vehicles of old army vehicles. So there's multiple avenues for growth. And I think we are starting to see the export orders for the 4x4 and the 6x6 vehicles. We are exporting to ASEAN countries. We're exporting a lot to Africa thanks to the UN peacekeeping mission. almost 90% of the peacekeeping mission is done using Ashok Leyland vehicles, and even if the Nigerian armed forces want to go fight the Boko Haram, they use our vehicles. So it's a matter of pride that from using the Make in India platform, we are actually able to export these vehicles around the country, around the different parts of the world.
I don't think Mr. Narendra Modi expected such a resounding success for us, and all the way from Chennai. Very nice speaking to you, Vinod Dasari. Thank you very much for dropping in at our Inside Chennai studio.
Thank you very much. It's always a pleasure, and you're always welcome to Chennai.
I'm sure we're going to cash in on that invitation.